man, what do I do with? I want to leave Amelia Perez at number 10, but I honestly haven't watched one of the movies. What am I supposed to do about?
Leave it empty.
There you go.
Yeah, time will tell.
1 through 8, then blank, and then Amelia Perez.
That seems fitting.
I'd rather not watch something for 2 hours. Just sit there on my couch.
Oh, we should make you watch Amelia Perez. Nah, Passion of the Christ is still worse for you.
It might be. I've never seen it, but like
it's really gory. Apparently.
There were a couple things I liked about Amelia Perez.
Yeah, you can laugh at that song.
Oh, for Passion of the Christ,
yeah.
You can talk. Yeah. You can appreciate Mel Gibson's
artism.
What do you call it? The peak of the whatever French word.
Oh, the artisan. What?
For his like greatest work or something.
Oh yeah, pièce de résistance.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I listened to that Daniel Tosh podcast, and he had a special bonus episode, and it was his Oscar picks.
Oh,
and I'm like, I gotta watch that. Of course, he doesn't. He's hadn't hardly seen any of the movies. He's not. Just it's just all a bit. But he went through and he said, here's how he would improve the Oscars.
Oh, damn.
Best sound, remove it, because it should be a given that in all movies you can hear the dialogue and the music.
Yeah, that's fair.
Best cinematography, also remove it, and instead you call out any movie that's too dark to see shit unless you're watching it at night. No more subcategories for actors, actresses, supporting it. Just one award. Who's the best actor? And you give it to them.
I like that.
Yeah.
Shot clock on the speeches.
Yeah.
And at the end, you don't slowly build up an orchestra. You go directly into Pantera. And finally, the in memoriam.
Yeah.
It's too long and too boring. So you bring in Jeff Ross and you make it a roast as the names go by. And also, if you need your name and what your job was, then you're not famous enough to make the list.
Yeah, you're not here. That's really good. Jake, can you move to the right like half a foot? Perfect. Thanks. Perfect. Yeah, that's really good. I want to watch that version of the Oscars now. I'd be pumped.
Then he went on a rat how they've never invited him to not only to host the Oscars, but they've never asked him to present an award.
Why would they?
Which he feels offended by.
Why would they? Has he ever been in a movie?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But then he said he's never been asked to present any award.
It's usually like past winners.
No, like not even just the Oscars. We need that for dramatic effect. Double zoom in.
Nate liked a movie. Just boom.
Do the dramatic trick.
Wait, I can manual it.
Oh, Jesus. Don't break your computer right before we start.
I thought about, I was like, I really want to zoom in a little bit. And I was like, I'm going to fuck this up right before we start the podcast.
Stay like that. It'll be fine. Hey, everybody.
We'll just act like we don't even know.
Yeah, I won't even mention it. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, Daniel Tosh was in The Love Guru.
That would have been a good guess.
He played a character named Cowboy Hat.
Everyone was in The Love Guru, and I think everyone doesn't want you to go back and watch and see what they did.
I forgot about Brickleberry.
There's a reference.
That was fine.
What's his name? John Oliver, I think, said something about being in
The Love Guru.
Who was it?
Are you thinking the Emoji Movie?
No.
That's also everybody.
This is older back, but recently a podcast they were talking about two actors were acknowledging they were both in The Love Guru, and I was like, what the fuck?
Stephen Colbert and John Oliver.
A lot of people had tiny roles.
Yeah, John Oliver, Stephen Colbert, Jim Gaffigan,
exactly.
Ben Kingsley, Daniel Tosh, Vern Troyer,
yeah.
Justin Timberlake, Kanye, Jessica Simpson, Jessica Alba, and Mike.
Nazi movie?
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
It only takes one Nazi for it to be a Nazi movie.
It's true.
Keep that in.
Yeah, that's stated. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Rum and Cinema. Today, last Oscar preview episode. Yeah, we have 2 more movies to talk about. We have I'm Still Here from poor Brazil. I was going to say Portugal because it's Portuguese, but it's from Brazil. And I think
they were pretty well off.
Is it Brazil? I don't know.
I just meant poor Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil. And poor Brazil. And Nickel Boys. Today we're picking the 2 hardest to watch because they're all about going through it. But we're going to go through it with you. We're also going to give you all of our Oscar picks for relevant categories, where whoever amongst us gets last has to watch their I'm never going to watch this movie. And we'll talk about that later. But for now, you can find us on youtube.com/@rumandcinema. Subscribe to keep up to date with our newest episodes as we release them. And be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever. We're also on video on Spotify now. Sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was
so you can watch us.
This is how I learn about video on Spotify.
Yeah, dude.
By finding out I'm on it.
Yeah, it's sick. Check it out. As always, I'm joined by my guests, Nate and Jake. Jake, how you doing, my guy?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling pumped that we set out with a goal and we accomplished it in a timely manner.
Crazy, right? Crazy. This podcast is not known for that, and we're crushing it this year. It's like we're all adults now, and we're like, okay, I can make a schedule. Yeah, it is good though. I'm glad we did it. Somehow we manage. It's Michael Scott's management book or his biography. It's from The Office. You guys will get it. Nate, how you doing?
Oh, just rolling in Office references.
Heck yeah.
I'm glad. I'm proud of myself for getting 90% through the assignment.
Yeah, me too. Jake is the only one who got to see I'm Still Here while it was in theaters.
Did you see every movie? Did you actually see them?
I did.
You saw all of them.
Yep.
And he saw all the shorts.
I missed the Brutalist, but I managed to squeeze that in.
Yeah.
And
okay, that's the one. That's impressive.
Yeah. And you saw all the shorts too, right?
Yep. I saw the shorts.
I
saw them all back to back in the theater.
This guy.
Not the documentary shorts. I didn't see those.
Okay. Yeah,
why would you?
Yeah, we didn't put those on there. So
guarantee you it'd be 5 depressing short movies.
Yeah.
I can tell you that without even knowing what they're about.
I know. Next year's gonna be even more hardcore because there'll probably be 3 about the Gaza Strip, and it'll be justifiably horrifying. And we'll be like,
they'll all just be that video that came out last night.
Oh God. No. No. Jake, let's get your thoughts on The Brutalist first. What did you like about it?
So, I mean, Adrian Brody.
Incredible, right?
Just phenomenal.
Yeah.
You can call this spoilers or not, but yeah, I don't think it's spoilers to say he's going to be a very strong pick for best actor. He was just insane in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm with you guys. It didn't feel like that long of a movie, right? It was 2 distinct acts. And I think each one was a fine film in its own right.
It was paced really well. You didn't feel like a lull very often.
Also, interesting choice with the whirlwind ending.
Yes.
Right? Very long movie, and then the ending is so fast, and they don't show things as a choice, and they don't explain things. They just,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just over, and you're like, that. So that was bizarre, but I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. I thought the ending gave a lot of insight to how Adrian Brody's character acted during the movie about the building specifically. And yeah, that's what I'll say about that without giving up too much. But yeah, that was really impressive. I like that. Now, Jake, you're also the only person to see I'm Still Here. What can you tell us about that movie? I don't know if you want to go through all the questions or just some of them, your call, but just let us know what you think.
Yeah, so the quick sort of summary of this movie, based on a true story, and even with the real like real names and stuff people used.
Wow.
So in the late 1960s in Brazil, there was a military coup and a dictatorship took over, and they ousted out all the existing government. And this one guy, I should have pulled up the IMDb because I'm not going to remember names.
Rubens?
Yes, Rubens Paiva.
Yeah,
he was ousted. He was a congressman.
Okay.
And he was in the left wing party, right? So he got thrown out. He was in exile for some years, and he comes back to live in Brazil, and he's an engineer by profession. So he's just a former congressman back from exile. He's just working as an engineer, him and his family.
Okay.
And pretty well off people, big family. They live in a big house by the beach. Pretty comfortable life. But they're still under the threat of this military dictatorship. And the one day, like the first 30 minutes of the movie is just their family life, right? Very close, tight knit, South American family. They do, everything together as a family, and there's like little signs everywhere that the dictatorship is still, cracking down on people there. And some people are trying to get them to flee. And, they have a friend that's like, hey, we're going to London, come with us. And they're like, well, we'll send our oldest daughter because she's going to start college. But, anyway, one day, military police come and they take the dad for questioning. And then a full day passes and they haven't heard, then they come back. And now they take the mom, who's played by Fernanda Torres. She's up for Best Actress.
Yeah.
They take the mom and the second oldest daughter, who's still there. They take them for questioning, and we're mostly seeing this from her point of view. So now we see what because before Rubens just drove off in the car with them.
Mm-hmm.
So now we see it from their point of view. We're talking like bags over the head.
Oof.
Come with us.
Yeah.
And so they get taken off for questioning. They're in this military compound. You can hear screaming. They're kept in cells when they're not being questioned. In the interrogation room, she sees there's blood on the floor. Jesus. Right?
Yeah.
And basically they drag her out. They show her books of people, of suspected communists. And they keep having her point out, do you know this person? Do you know this person? When she's done, back in the cell, right?
Jesus.
They end up holding her for 12 days. And then they finally release her and she gets back out. Her daughter's fine. Her daughter, they only kept her for one night. And they didn't do anything to her. She's they just scared her, asked her the same questions. And then the husband's still not back. So now this mom, she has younger kids too. She's trying to keep the family together. They're terrified of all this. She's trying to get her husband back. The military is denying that they even arrested him in the first place.
Oh shit.
So it's not looking good. She can't tell the younger kids that. She's trying to work the legal routes. And so you're right. And so that's where I'll leave off my synopsis of the movie.
Yeah.
But it's about how she adapts and overcomes and tries to continue on with her life while trying to also fight the system. But she's also trying to do it safely because she's now terrified that they can essentially do whatever they want. And she's trying to find her husband.
They'll disappear you. Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot. Yeah.
It was, it was an intense movie, and it was, it was emotional the way that she was, because if she was allowed to throw a fit and be passionate and fight the system, that would have been a cool movie.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. She had to pretend like everything was fine, and she's trying to tell her youngest kids that daddy's traveling for work, and and then she's can't get money out of the bank because I need my husband's signature and he's gone, but I can't get a signature because he's been arrested and they aren't even saying that they have,
Damn. There's all the things that go into that. Like,
Yeah.
It's a lot. Did you enjoy the movie?
I did. I love that movie.
Wow.
It's gonna end up pretty high on my list. It was definitely a surprise for me.
Cool.
Uh, and I think the standout was Fernando Torres.
Mm. Mm.
Just a crazy powerful performance. Also, really cool to see like the Brazilian, you know, like the house and the way things
Mm-hmm.
are there. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And another review that I saw of that film, they said the house is like the seventh member of the family,
Mm.
and I agree with that.
Mm.
Just the way they treat it and everything, because it is a plot point later. Their
Mm-hmm.
house, and I think even before that, they do a really good job of making it seem like, okay, this is not just a setting, but it's an important, you know, part of the film. Like a
Got it.
core part of the film is this house.
Yeah. Yeah. That is cool. I like it when they do that. Like another character is like an object or a setting or
Yeah.
something. It's cool when that works. Like Parasite, I think did that really well. Where like the house, the rich person's house was another character. Yeah, that's sweet. I love that. Is there anybody who didn't work in the movie? I know you loved Fernando Torres in it. Was there any other standouts or people that were like, eh?
I don't think there was anybody that was like not great, right? There were some more minor roles
Sure.
that like I didn't care about, but like everyone in the family was great.
Good.
And then right there's some side supporting characters, some military personnel, some friends of the family, the lawyer.
Mm.
They all did fine, but I don't think anybody really stood out
Mhm.
um, because she shined so bright.
Cool. Yeah, she did win the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Drama.
Also, so apparently her mom, that actress's mom, was like the first Brazilian actress to get an Oscar nomination.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
now she is the first Brazilian actress to get the Best Actress nomination.
Wow, that's cool.
Nepotism
And
in action.
yeah, right. The
Nepo
mom is
senior
actually
citizens, it's crazy.
the mom is actually in the film for a short stint.
Oh, cool.
And kind of the epilogue part where they show in the future, like the aged version of them.
That's sweet. I didn't know they did that. That's really cool. Let's see. I'm just seeing if the director has anything else that we would have heard of. No.
The director, by the way, he knew the family.
Whoa.
So as a kid, he would go over there to that house and play.
That's wild.
Wow.
So so it was a very personal piece for him.
Yeah.
This is the most interesting movie we've talked about.
I know.
Pissed
I didn't see it.
There's a couple more really interesting tidbits about this film, but it goes into spoiler territory.
Yeah. We'll watch it before the next episode.
So I think I think on this one, I'll say it's worth checking out if you can.
Yeah.
To see how it all ends up. But
awesome.
Yeah, it was a really, really cool film.
That's great. We will get to our rankings after the next movie, but let's talk about Nickel Boys. Thank you, Jake, for talking about I'm Still Here.
Sure.
Nickel Boys is based on a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Colson Whitehead. It's about a powerful relationship between two African-American men navigating the harrowing trials of a reform school in Florida. It's based on a true story. It's based on at least a true place that had these kind of atrocities. Basically, without giving away too much, we follow a young man who is trying to go to like a school and, do right by himself. It's like civil rights era, early civil rights era. And he's in the wrong place,
It's like Jim Crow era,
yes.
Florida.
Yep. Yeah. He's at the wrong place, wrong time, gets picked up, arrested for really nothing other than being a passenger. And gets sent to this reform school, which is just like a brutal camp where they beat them and try to teach them, but they're not actually doing that. And they just violent and kind of horrific treatment of these people. And the way it's shot is really interesting. It's shot from a first-person point of view. So the whole time you're one of two characters, basically, one of the two boys, and you see it from their perspective, which I think was really powerful for this movie because it felt more intimate and more like you're experiencing it with them. Obviously, like, I have no idea what that feels like, but it felt more like you were experiencing it with them, which was a huge part of this movie doing as well as I thought it did. Yeah, the story is kind of, I guess it's linear. They do circle back once to switch characters the first time on you. But yeah, it's just about these two kids and their struggles in their reform school and how they get out of the reform school and what happens to them afterwards a little bit. And yeah, it's really interesting. I think it was well done. I think the story was fine. I think, there was, Nate might agree that some of that was like, and then with the plot points. But I thought it was really well executed. I thought that the visuals they chose were strong choices and were the right choices. And I think that as a film, it's cool and interesting and well done. As a movie, it's fine. That's where I'd put it.
I think I'd largely agree with that. I was not a fan of the first person.
Yeah.
I don't think it was done poorly.
Sure.
And I agree that it's cool that they did it, and I can understand why they did it. I just personally wasn't a fan. I think it made it trickier to kind of get more exposition, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing this stuff literally from their first person point of view. One of the main two characters, right? I wouldn't call it even maybe like a 60-40 split. I feel like Elwood is,
Yeah.
It's obviously two like co-leads,
Yep.
but I think a little bit more time is spent in Elwood's POV.
Yeah, I'd agree.
He looks down a lot.
Yeah, he does.
And that's just it's part of his character, right? And I'm like, and then the camera goes down.
It's a great example of why it doesn't work very well. Because like it makes sense for his character, but it doesn't lend itself to what's going on.
So,
my thought would be like you're experiencing as he did, and like you have to look down, like you don't want to face what you're going through.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I don't need it to be in first person for me to empathize with him.
That's fair. Yeah.
And then it's in first person, and I feel like I'm missing the ability to absorb the set and and things like that.
I think partway through the movie they kind of explained for me why they chose that in a piece of dialogue that they had where the Elwood was taking notes on like everything that was happening, and Turner tells him no one's gonna care what you have to say or like what happens to us. And I think that is why they chose the first person point of view, is because it's easier to like, obviously we're all empathetic and like we can put ourselves in other shoes, but not everybody can. Although I think the people that would benefit the most from point of view aren't going to watch this movie anyway. But I just think as an art choice, as like a choice of a filmmaker, the first person made sense to me in that aspect of like, you're going to literally be in these kids' shoes while they're going through this. And sometimes you're staring at their shoes.
That's why, I do agree that it's a cool art choice.
Yeah.
And that it is well executed.
Just didn't work for you.
I just personally, as a matter of taste, I would rather it be a more traditional shot film.
I would be interested to see this in like a traditional shot film, like the same thing, the same storyline. I don't know if it would work.
That's what I think I would enjoy it more.
Okay.
Shot that way.
Sure.
Like my mind goes to like some of the most, I don't know, hard to experience. Like the first thing that comes to mind is like the beating scene.
Yeah.
They basically cut away. That's one of the only times when they abandoned the first person perspective because it doesn't work in that situation.
I think it was because he was trying to disassociate also. Like he didn't want to believe like that again. Yeah. That's.
But like that, you're not there experiencing it. Then like you could experience it more in a film. Like you could. I'd feel more forced to go through it to actually like keep the focus on it, or usually since something like that, they don't really show graphic details, but they show around it. But this, because like there's nothing that makes sense, they basically cut to the photograph.
Yeah,
Right,
there was photographs of
faces.
kids. I think they were actually there.
That were I mean, it was a picture. I don't know if the picture was real or not.
Yeah,
It was very interesting when I tried to look into how, because I know it was based on a book that was based on a real place, but I don't know if the story is fictional, so I didn't know if that picture was real or not. But I
I
mean, I
think
believe
all of the
something.
old pictures were real old
Mm,
pictures, and I think they recreated a lot of the shots in the
mm,
film to be accurate to those pictures. And I don't know that. I didn't look it up. My own big clue for that is that the in the pictures it's different people.
yeah, yep,
mm.
You
Makes
know, so
sense.
I'm like, okay, I think the
That
film
makes
is the
sense.
actors and these pictures are the real pictures that they found.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is based on a story of Jerry Cooper in 1960. This is from IMDb, so I assume it's true. Based on the story of Jerry Cooper in 1961, a 16-year-old white teen ran away from home, hitchhiked in a stolen car, was charged with car theft, and sent to Florida's Dozier School for Boys, where he was subjected to brutal beatings and witnessed sexual abuse and murders committed by the staff. Yeah, it's so like that's what you're getting into with this movie is like a first-person account and viewpoint and experience, I would say, of this happening. I do agree. I think the first person can take you out of it and make it more difficult to interpret what's going on around you. I can see that for sure. I think both the main boys, Turner and Elwood, played by Ethan Harris and Brandon Wilson, were incredible. They did really good. They did a really good job of being these kids. They were they felt like kids. They were just getting shit on their entire life. And it was interesting the way that they kind of intertwined where we were in time during this. I thought that was really cool. Like they'd show snippets from like Apollo 8 like orbiting the moon, and that was kind of like intertwined, so we knew where we were timeline wise. Of
I was gonna say to like place it in what like history you might actually be aware of that was going on at the time.
Yeah,
and
to give you like a scale of how long they were there. That was helpful too. They were there, basically their whole young lives. So I think you guys would both say the POV didn't really work for you, but was there anything else that stands out as like, For me, it was the story. The story just kind of felt, it was like important to be told. It felt real, but I suppose they didn't want to do anything outside of what really happened, so I can't fault them for too much for like the source material. But I think
for not like adding another storyline.
Yeah, exactly. For me, almost without the artistic choice of the first person point of view, I don't know if it'd be as interesting.
Yeah, I guess that is a good question of like, do you add stuff to a dramatization to I don't know, to make more of a story? Because I definitely, I think that's where I'm at with it. Like I thought the story was interesting to learn about, and horrible, obviously. Like I appreciate that like the book was written to tell this story that like people aren't aware of, and it felt like that was, to me, it felt like that's what the movie was trying to do too, was like put this story down, like tell this story to people.
Yeah.
So like I appreciate that, but like yeah, it's not like, it wasn't a very strong like story from a storytelling perspective. It was more just like, this happened, like witness this thing that happened and like deal with it, basically. And that gets into too, like I think the actors, the guys, they were both good, but the characters didn't feel super fleshed out to me. I think I described like a lot. I felt like every conversation was them having a philosophical debate about like how to live in this situation.
Yeah.
Where Elwood was saying like, it's our duty to, protest and resist and be activists. And the other one, I can't remember.
Turner.
The other, Turner.
Yeah.
Connor or Turner. And Turner was like, you got to look out for yourself and just survive. It felt like every conversation they had to me was basically them debating that point.
But I wonder if
rather than like talking. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I wonder if that's representative of like the separate parts of the civil rights movement. Like,
oh no, I think it is. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
That they felt like stand-ins for these philosophical ideas rather than characters to me for most of the movie.
Got it. Okay.
Every time they talked, they felt like they were like expressing ideas, not just being people.
Sure.
So it felt like more of a movie about ideas than about and again about people who don't know that this kind of shit happened, like being like, this happened, this is a thing that happened, rather than being about telling a story as much. Which, yeah, like I both like appreciate it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm it kind of made me think when you said like the people who need to be empathetic are going to see it. Like the people who need to see this and like know that like this is shit that actually happened are not going to see this movie.
I know.
It felt to me like there's still value in like putting it down, but
100%.
I'm like
one of the many DEI Oscar nominees.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was like it is one of those like important stories, but again, like the material they have to work with is just telling you the story. Like this is straight facts. Here's what happened as it happened. Jake, do you have anything to add as far as what you felt didn't work or maybe could have been different?
I'll throw on a high note. The scene at the bar, and it's kind of like a flash forward where a character's like reunited with someone from the school, right? And they're just talking about their lives since then. That I think was honestly my favorite scene. It was done awesomely, and I don't know. I think that guy, I can't remember it because he wasn't a real too notable of a character.
It was like Squeaky or something.
I was trying to figure out who he was. I'm pretty sure he was the guy who kept like the kid who kept doing the weird fucking smile.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
and I was like, that fucking guy.
Like, oh. Yeah.
But I think just him talking about how his life has been, I think that was one of the more powerful, because they got out of the school eventually, and it's still real rough for them because now not only are they now black men living in Jim Crow Florida, but now they're black men in Jim Crow Florida who just got out of a reform school.
Yeah.
No education, no.
Yeah. No education. I don't know if you call it a criminal background, but if people would associate it with a criminal background, like, oh, why'd you get sent to this?
It's like the start of like institutionalized, like the institutionalization of people. Yeah, well, not the start, but like the continuation of the next generation of.
So I really liked that part of it. I liked seeing that little, and it's weird because it wasn't at the end of the movie.
It was like 2/3 in.
It was about 2/3 in. They just sort of cut to this and showed a little bit of what life was like afterwards.
Yeah, that was really good. You're right. Thanks for pointing that out. I forgot about that one. That was great. Is there anybody other than the two boys you want to shout out for performances? Or maybe you didn't want to shout out the two boys, but I did. So
I just not exactly, but you think another thing that I did think would really worked and was interesting was the twist. It was definitely a gut check.
Oh God.
Yeah, they're fucking with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the ending was rough. Yeah,
that was. I did not see that coming at all. No. That was interesting. It did like. It is a gut check. You're right. That's totally a good way to put it. Yeah, Nickel Boys was these were two of the like more gritty, Brutalist also, but these are definitely two of the like grittier choices.
Yeah, I was thinking that kind of ended. Well, because I also threw the Brutalist. I did the Brutalist, Nickel Boys, and I'm Still Here in like a 3-day span.
Wow.
And it's one movie a day, and I'm like, this is one. Great way to end it.
Yeah.
I like as a trio, all of these movies were great. The also very emotionally heavy movies.
Yes.
to end on.
It's a lot to take in 3 days, especially. It's crazy.
A bit of a shout out. I don't know. Actually, I have the IMDb up now, but the grandma or Nana.
Oh yeah,
So
she was great.
she did a great job. She gave a couple of good speeches.
Yep.
I don't know. It's like mild side rant. That's what I think of when I think supporting actress.
I was just about to say she should be there, not Monica Barbaro.
Crazy that she's not nominated.
Yeah, not Monica Barbaro. Sorry, Isabella Rossellini from Conclave should not be in there.
Well, she was the most character in that movie.
Yes, she was so good.
And that's not even because, like, I don't know. This is, and I don't think it's worth it for us to like get into this debate. But
yeah.
When we talk about our best supporting actress later, we're going to be arguing about lead roles.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yep.
So I think there is value in acknowledging the supporting actor or actress. And this is what I think of when I think of a supporting actor or actress, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not the two boys,
nope,
but anyone else who was in that film that had an impact. And that's exactly what she did.
She was it's played by Anjanae Ellis Taylor. That's who played. Yeah, she should have 100% been nominated instead of, I don't know, Isabella Rossellini, Zoe Saldana. It's pretty easy to put her in there ahead of those two.
Yeah, and it's tough because, like Zoe Saldana did an amazing job.
Yeah.
But to call her a supporting actress,
Horrifying.
I feel like you're just taking it away from the supporting actresses.
100%. I totally agree with that. All right. That was Nickel Boys. Anybody have anything else? I don't want to cut you off. Okay. So this is our final rankings for as many movies as we saw of Best Picture. I will go first. I have a new first place. It is The Brutalist. The further I get away from that movie, the more I liked it, and the more I thought it was more interesting than my second place movie, which is Anora. So I had The Brutalist 1, Anora 2. Number 3 for me is Conclave. That just stuck with me. So many good performances in that. I want to watch it again immediately. Number 4, Wicked for me. Number 5, I have Nickel Boys. Number 6, I have The Substance. Number 7, I have Dune Part 2. And number 8, I have A Complete Unknown. With number 10 being Amelia Perez. Once I watch I'm Still Here, it'll change the order, but that's what I have right now. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
All right.
So I'm gonna keep Dune Part 2 at number 1.
Okay.
It's not gonna be my pick for what I think's gonna win Best Picture.
Sure.
It's just my favorite.
Totally.
I'm gonna keep Anora at number 2.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put Brutalist in at number 3. And then I'm going to put I'm Still Here at number 4.
Wow. That's crazy. That's good. Okay.
And then I will have Wicked at 5.
Wicked.
Conclave at 6.
Conclave.
Then what have I taken off my list? What am I still missing?
We have Nickel Boys, The Substance, A Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez. Is that it? That's 4, right? Substance, Amelia Perez.
Conclave. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Boys. I'm gonna put A Complete Unknown.
Okay.
At 7. The Substance at 8.
Okay.
Nickel Boys at 9. And Amelia Perez at 10.
Cool. I like it. All right, Nate.
Or Amelia.
All
right. I flip-flop between 1 and 2 a lot while I was thinking about this, but I ended up with Anora at number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was I think it was the most interesting and enjoyable like combo. Like
yeah.
add up the two together. I have the Brutalist at number 2. Based on Jake's review, I think I'm Still Here would probably be my number 3 or number 2.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's my guess. So it's there with a star. Uh, Nickel Boys at number 4. Wicked at 5. Complete Unknown at 6. Dune 2. The Substance, Conclave, and Amelia Perez.
Cool.
Going to I think I cut off at like 5 at like I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah. So a Complete Unknown, Dune 2, The Substance, Conclave, Amelia Perez. Could have done without it.
Could have done without.
Yeah, that's fair. That sounds right for what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our rankings for the Best Picture nominees, but that's not our picks. That's coming up next, where we do Oscar picks with our eyes on the line. The way this works is What?
Oh, I was saying I was sad. I thought we all had Wicked at number 5.
Oh no, we didn't.
I thought you were going to do a break there, so I was just coming with the last comment. I was looking to see if there was anything that was really consistent.
Wicked was 4th or 5th for all of us. I had it 4.
Yeah, it was there.
I could easily flip it with Nickel Boys, I think, but
do that, and then we all.
Nah. So.
I mean, other than Amelia Perez at number 10,
yeah,
there's
that's
nothing that we all agree on.
That feels pretty
That's
obvious.
the unifying point.
Yeah, that's where we can all agree. Everybody.
Also, Nora and Brutalist, we all would agree are major standouts.
Yeah.
If someone didn't put fucking Dune 2 at the top, it'd be great.
I will not apologize. I will not be shamed.
That's right.
You should be.
That was Nate telling you to put it 3rd. Put it 3rd. So this is Oscar picks with our eyes on the line. What that means is we're going to go through and pick pre-selected categories. We're going to pick our winners. Some of us, we might talk about our favorites, but not necessarily who we think is going to win. And we're also going to pick one category where we get triple points if we get it correct. So every category we get correct is 1 point. That multiplier makes it 3 points. No points lost if you get it wrong, but no points gained. The person or persons who is in last place, if we all tie, we all have to watch it.
Love it.
But if 2 tie at the bottom, they have to watch it. If one person's at the bottom, they have to watch it. Movies on the line are, I would have to watch Hereditary. Fuck that. I had a nightmare thinking about watching that movie again the other day.
I want you to lose so bad.
I know.
That would be good. And
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
start spamming you with memes.
Full focus
at night.
Yeah.
Everything turned off.
Full movie
we'll have
setup.
Abby send proof
by myself.
Yeah.
It'll be great. Jake, on the other hand, gets to watch Napoleon Dynamite, which he hates.
Gets to watch.
But I enjoy it.
Have you seen it?
He's never got through
it. Tried to watch that movie 2 or 3 times.
So Jake
quit.
has to sit through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I think I also maybe left Napoleon Dynamite in the theater.
Oh my God, it's funny.
And it hasn't grown on me.
You guys are insane. Tina, come get your ham.
I'm curious. So like my growing love of absurdist comedy, but I feel like it's just been memed to death. Like I feel like I still want to enjoy it.
I bet if it was British people doing it, Nate would laugh.
British people are funny, okay?
It's true.
Yeah.
And then Nate, if he loses, has to watch Passion of the Christ. I think we should make you also eat the communion wafers and wine.
Yeah, it's not even like I have never seen this movie. I barely engaged with it.
Yeah.
Like the level of engagement is like South Park making fun of it that I care so little. It was just we were trying to come up with a movie that I'd really hate watching, and Ben said it, and I was like, oh God. That's my immediate reaction to the thought of having to watch it.
That's how we knew. Yeah, so that's what's on the line. The Oscars are Sunday, March 2nd. We're recording this on Wednesday. I'm hopefully going to get it out tonight. Editor me. Good luck.
I was going to say, that editing turnaround gets faster and faster.
Yeah, I just put the intro in and cut it off the end. It's easy. So, we're going to go from the bottom up on our lists, gentlemen. And they're in alphabetical order, I think. So that's why. No, they're not. Yeah, they are. So we'll go bottom up.
I was curious about
kind of
the
alphabetical.
ordering, so that makes a lot of sense.
I got it off their website. That's what in order. Okay, so first up is best screenplay original, aka not a adaptation or something, like a book, for instance. The nominees are Honora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5th, or September 5, and The Substance. My pick for who is going to win is Honora, but I would like to see A Real Pain win. Jake?
Have we?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Nope, you.
Oh, I was going to say, have we talked about A Real Pain?
I mentioned it last episode as my recommendation.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I really, really want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And my pick is Honora, but I feel like if I had seen A Real Pain, I might pick it because I haven't seen it, I wasn't willing to choose it.
It is now on Hulu.
Okay.
It is awesome.
I'll see it soon then.
It's cool.
But my pick is also Honora.
Honora for Nate. And Jake?
I am also going for Honora.
Here we go.
And
Queen
this
sweep.
is the first of more than a couple
Definitely.
categories where I think I'm kind of split between Honora and The Brutalist.
I'd agree. Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like this one's a little easier
Mm-hmm.
because in terms of just the story,
And the dialogue is so much like
yeah,
more visceral and real, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. So I don't know. I feel like The Brutalist really shines in other aspects, but for writing, I'm gonna keep Honora.
I like that. Next up is screenwriting adapted from a book, from a play, whatever. We have A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing. My choice, and the one I think is going to win, is Conclave.
I'm also on Team Conclave for that.
All right. Nate?
I picked Conclave as well.
All right.
Bitterly.
Let's go. You guys realize if we all pick the same for all of them and we put our triple on the same one, we will all have to watch the movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Now who's game theorying out the game then?
Do tell me.
I have mine marked already, and I will not lie.
Same. Do tell me which one you're doing the triple on to when we get to it.
Yep.
Next up, visual effects. Alien Romulus. This is, by the way, a monkey extravaganza. There's Alien Romulus and Dune Part 2. Not monkeys, but Better Man, which we just talked about, maybe watching, is Robbie Williams, played by a CGI monkey. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. A lot of apes there. And Wicked, flying monkeys.
Hey.
So
I didn't even know there was a Planet of the Apes movie.
I know.
What
a
tarnished legacy of a fucking revival series.
The first two were really good. The third one was bad. I did not like this one.
The
I didn't make
first
it
one
through
was
it.
so boring and dumb. I didn't even
The James
think
Franco
about
one?
the other two.
Or the Mark Wahlberg one.
That's the only thing I know about it.
Okay.
James Franco's in it.
Yeah, that's fair. My choice is the boring Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes because their CGI was unbelievable.
Oh,
Jake?
Interesting.
What you got?
Well, I am on Dune Part 2 here.
Okay.
Man, Ben's making me nervous because I'm putting Dune Part 2 and this is my triple because I'm just game theorying. I was just so confident that this is going to win this that I picked it.
Nate's got the triple. Hey, you know what? I went off gut. You know? Yeah.
Well, I really hope you're wrong.
So Nate's triple is Dune Part 2 for visual effects. All right, good to know. Next up is sound. The sound of movies. A Complete Unknown is nominated. So is Dune Part 2. Next up is Amelia Perez. Rounded out with some Wicked. Don't forget about the wild robot in the land.
This is
That was soothing.
the same criticism. I can't remember if Jake's talk about Tosh's jokes are making it into the podcast, but the joke about the sound being
who can you hear the best?
You should be able to hear the dialogue and everything. Like Ben, you know, there's a fucking singing part. There's a score at the top.
Mhm.
Like, I take sound as being about like audio effects.
Yeah, that's why I said the sound of silence. You know, that's part of it.
Oh my god.
Score, by the way, is
I
music.
don't think of
behind
and
it.
I don't think of sound as being singing.
No, it's sound
or
design.
dialogue.
It's sound design.
All right.
Nate, did you not enjoy that or what?
No.
Go fuck yourself. All right.
Wow.
But I also would have enjoyed it more if you'd have done it on the best original score.
All right, I'll
which are
do it
all
again.
More music. Yeah,
Sick,
thank
dude.
you.
Sick.
That's what I was looking for.
No, I'm gonna do John Williams. Just go like this. I'm just gonna maestro it, and you're gonna have to figure out who they are based on my hand gestures.
Oh no, it's not John Williams. It's Danny Elfman.
All the hairspray and fake hair coloring. I think Wicked's gonna win, and I hope Wicked wins because the sound in that was really well done.
I'm gonna put my chips here into Dune Part 2 again.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Same.
I thought about that one. Yeah.
I'm playing to win here, not based on my personal preference.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I think Dune Part 2 is a real close second for this one for me. The sound of Wicked was cool. So, and I think Nate might be right. I might be confusing original score and sound, but I don't think original score should go to Wicked. Also, I think it should go to.
I agree on principle
it's
that
not
original,
an original
score should go to Wicked.
Yeah, exactly.
That said, I did.
Yeah.
It.
That's even more egregious than
It's
the
very
supporting actress.
It's very
Yes.
ridiculous.
Yes.
But
Next up is me and Nate's dart throw and Jake's educated guess. It's live action short. We have Alien or Alien, Nuha, I'm Not a Robot, The Last Ranger, and The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. My dart throw landed on I'm Not a Robot. Jake, what did you think?
Oh wait, I'm on the wrong sheet. No, this is the right sheet.
Right.
So my favorite two movies
Mhm.
on this list were Alien and I'm Not a Robot.
Cool.
I'm gonna say I think Anuja is going to win.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll also say the Anuja ending pissed me off because they opted for the character has a choice. Will she? Won't she? Cuts to black.
Ugh.
But I think the Oscar voters are just lap that shit up.
Yeah, they love that shit. Good call. Good call. Nate, where'd you land on your dart?
I picked I'm Not a Robot.
Hell yeah.
Based on the title, not in a random dart throw.
And
then I just read the synopses really quick, and I
was gonna say
I want to watch it.
I think
I'm
I'm Not a
interested.
Robot. It's funny.
Nice.
She does a great job. It's a funny concept. It's a cool movie.
That's great. Next up, production design. I think this one's a slam dunk, but I didn't want to put all my chips on it. Wicked was absolutely incredibly well done, so I go on Wicked. Oh, sorry. The nominees are The Brutalist, Conclave, Doom Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. My bad. Just skipped ahead.
How dare you? You were so excited.
I know. So sure of myself.
I like Wicked for this as well.
Cool.
I think the only movie I haven't seen that I'm kind of... I don't know if Nosferatu has a real chance of winning any of these.
It was good, but yeah, production design. It's a period piece, so you know.
Production design though, like the sets and everything.
Yeah.
I agree that Wicked is a slam dunk.
They brought Wicked to life.
It's just behind Dune 2's visual effects in terms of slam dunkiness.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going Wicked as well?
Yeah, I have Wicked.
All right. This is one of the big ones. Best Picture. We have Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. This Best Picture has been very much muddled lately by the recent things that have come out about movies and by recent awards. The Substance won for Best Comedy or Musical, sure, at the Golden Globes. The Brutalist won Best Drama. At all of the awards that were by the guilds, like the Producers Guild, all that stuff, Anora won. And at the British ones, Conclave won. And right at the beginning, when the Oscars were announced, Amelia Perez was the favorite. So, with all that said, I hope Brutalist wins, but I think Anora will win.
I had very similar reasoning, but I am ending up with the opposite.
Okay.
I hope Anora wins. I'm guessing the Brutalist will win.
That's a great guess. Nate, where are you landing?
I'm going to be confident in my taste.
Doom Part
and
2.
Say I hope and think that Anora's going to win.
Damn, this guy. That's great. Yeah, it's a tough one to call, I gotta say. I think there's only one.
It is really tough. I actually had Brutalist earlier today.
I know.
And I switched it to.
I've gone back and forth.
And earlier today, I mean, the start of this podcast, I went through quickly and I checked the Brutalist and I went back and I was like, nah, I'm sticking with Anora.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you'd rather go down.
There's a chance the Brutalist might win, but I want and think Anora should win.
You'd rather go down. You'd rather have to watch The Passion of the Christ because Anora didn't win than because, like.
I stand by my principles.
Yeah, exactly. All right, music original score. We have The Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. I am going with the one I think will win and should win. It's The Brutalist. Only because Wicked is not original to me. And Challengers was not nominated, which would have won.
I also have The Brutalist here.
Yep.
I would love a Wild Robot win. But
yes.
That's just because I love that movie and I want it to win everything.
I can't remember the score though that much.
True.
I remember the robot's voice more than I remember like the music of the Wild Robot.
Oh, Lupita.
The score.
Yeah. Lupita Nyong'o.
That's fair.
That's just my impression. Like,
yeah.
I love the Wild Robot, but like that's what I think of in terms of the sounds that I heard was the robot voice. I'm back to cynical. I picked Wicked, even though I don't think it deserves to be called an original score. But I think it's a pretty good chance it's gonna win. I'm playing to win.
Yeah, Nate's really going after the win here. That's good.
It's funny. I was surprised to see Conclave, and then I like thought back, and like there is a lot of interesting like orchestral music in the Conclave.
Yes, there is.
That's probably one of the only good parts of the movie.
And someone pointed out like the Pope's like maybe dying right now, and like a conclave might actually be happening soon, and everybody's like, oh, is it going to sway voters? Like, no, the voting closed before old Pope had a bad time. But yeah. Next up is makeup and hairstyling. We have A Different Man, Amelia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked. I want The Substance to win, but I think Wicked's going to win.
I am gonna throw my full support onto The Substance.
Yeah, that's a ball. That's a better choice, honestly. I regret mine, but I like yours.
So quickly you abandoned.
It was down to the wire for me so hard on this one.
I have The Substance, and it is my least confident pick in terms of like I'm not confident what they're looking for.
Yeah,
I agree that Wicked had great like makeup and hairstyling, but The Substance is more creative, I think.
Yep. I'd agree. Yeah, especially the end.
So I read in The Brutalist, he had prosthetics added to his nose to make it even more,
Adrian Brody.
Yeah. But one day he's sitting down for makeup, and they start trying to remove his prosthetic nose, and he wasn't wearing it.
Brutal.
That's hilarious. That's where he got all of his angst from in that movie.
Right.
Draw on it.
Get it. All right. Next up is director. We have Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez, and The Substance. I'm going with The Brutalist, and I also want them to win. Brady Corbet, I think is his name. Really good.
I'm going with Anora here.
Nice.
Honestly, part of my strategy is I'm kind of splitting my votes between Anora and The Brutalist on some of these categories that is tough for me to pick which one.
That's really smart. Really smart. I like that.
I have The Brutalist, and this is where I think I stand by, like, the screenplay was tough between Anora and The Brutalist for me.
Yeah.
But I agree that like Anora's a better story, but I think like the immersiveness of The Brutalist was a little better.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
I'm going to give it to directing for that.
Yep. Love that. Next up is costume design. We have A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. I'm once again going with the stage play that has really good costume design, and I think is going to win, and I want to win, is Wicked. I'm putting a lot of Wicked. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going Wicked here.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I read that something like 80% of costume design goes to period pieces, which would be Gladiator or Nosferatu.
Yeah.
But I think
pissed
Wicked
if Gladiator wins and surprised if Nosferatu wins.
Yeah.
But I also have Wicked.
I'd be pleasantly
Did you
surprised.
even see
Ben's not
Gladiator
even
2?
moving the no. I'm offended at the I saw a trailer for it. It looks fucking dumb.
Did you see the first one?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you were offended that I even thought you would go.
No. A little bit. I don't know.
It was fun.
Did you see the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
I've never
the
seen the
first
first
Gladiator.
one. Yeah.
The first Gladiator is great.
Best picture. I won.
Yeah. And the concept of doing another one
Yeah.
now is fucking stupid.
All right, suspend your disbelief. It works. Is it as good as Gladiator 1? No. But it's still really good.
Okay.
It does it justice.
Nice.
The strongest case for it, looking back now, is that Pedro Pascal is in it.
Maybe this should be the next one we do. It sounds like this is a hearty debate ready to happen.
Controversial. I mean, if you just want to continue the theme of me shitting on movies, I'm so confident I'll shit on this movie.
I want to. Yeah.
Yeah, like at any point, us just doing more episodes.
Yeah, we don't really have to try
on movies.
to get you to shit on a movie. It's just we have to watch maybe 3, and you'll find 2 that you hate.
Yeah.
Movies we didn't hate.
2.8. 2.8.
Cinematography, best cinematography. We have The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Maria, early favorite for best actress with Angelina Jolie, but didn't get it, and Nosferatu. I'm going with, and I hope, The Brutalist wins. The first shot coming out of the boat is so fucking impressive and like so smart and so cool, and I've never seen it before, and that just kicks the whole thing off, and they do it great. So I'm going with The Brutalist. And also, fuck them for not nominating Nickel Boys for best cinematography. That is a shame. Like, honestly, that was some of the best camera work I've ever seen.
It keeps me from having to be mad if it wins.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you have the risk of Amelia Perez being in there.
I don't think they're gonna get it. I hope they don't get anything. Well, they're gonna get one.
I'm also putting Brutalist here, and instead of shouting out the shot right on at the beginning of the movie with the boat, I'm going to shout out a shot right at the end of the movie with the cross and the church.
Yes. Great call. Love that. Nate, where are you at?
Yeah, this is The Brutalist. Like it was almost my triple down. Like so many shots of the architecture in this movie are so clear.
Yep. They do benefit from having like a very
good subject.
A very photogenic subject of like architecture. But they do it they do it well, they do it justice, they don't fuck it up, you know.
Yeah.
Take it. All right, Jake, this is another one of your fortes. Animated short film. We have Beautiful Men, In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candies, Wander to Wonder, and Yuck. Going off nothing but the name, I picked Wander to Wonder.
That's funny. I just don't want to be influenced by Jake, who actually saw them.
Yeah.
I picked up the title Wander to Wonder too, and then I looked at the quick synopses. Actually, mostly the pictures, like the title card pictures, and I picked Magic Candies.
Okay.
I like the animation style.
Magic Candies was maybe my favorite.
Okay.
But my pick to win is Beautiful Men.
Interesting. Cool.
It looked like Oscar bait.
Yeah. And it's about, you're right, it's a story of 3 brothers who are they're all in various stages of going bald.
Oh.
One is completely bald. One is he's got a pretty bad receding hairline, and the other one's kind of got like the monk thing going on,
Yeah.
right? Just the
Yeah.
half moon in the back. And they're going in to get this hair transplant, and there was a mistake, and they only have one slot.
Oh no. That's a cool idea.
That's funny.
I like that. And then run amok. Things happen.
And claymation dicks.
Oh,
Nice.
that's cool.
What did
And
Was
not the
that
only
not-
movie on the list with claymation dicks.
was that you who said that to me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay.
Who else would say claymation dicks to you?
Like, no, that like, if you're watching the Oscar nominated shorts, it's all claymation dicks.
Okay.
Like,
Let them hang. Nosferatu. Dicks also. Animated feature film. Flow. Inside Out 2. Memoir of a Snail. Wallace and Gromit. Vengeance Most Foul. And The Wild Robot. I hope it's The Wild Robot, but I'm going for the win. I'm going with Flow.
I love The Wild Robot so much that I'm going to put my vote on it as a protest vote. The Wild Robot is my favorite movie of last year.
Yeah. Good shout.
I'm also, having seen Flow, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm sticking. This is the one place where I'm sticking with my principles and picking The Wild Robot.
Good. Can't wait to win based on this.
It's like, I don't understand why people are freaking out. The animation was not like, Taylor walked by and she was like, "Is this a PlayStation?" Like, she was like, "Are you watching a video game?"
No.
Like, and I was like, I don't care. Like, I care about the story. The story was not touching. It was not deep. It was kind of just fucking some cute scenes with animals. Like, there was no deeper meaning to Flow. I am confident that there is no deeper meaning to this movie. I get saying it's an enjoyable watch, but I don't get saying that it's the best animated film. Are you fucking kidding me?
I could see that.
Like, nothing. It was nothing.
Interesting.
I want to know what people. I saw someone describe it as a spiritual experience, and I thought, "Go fuck yourself." In my head, like,
and now out loud.
Yeah,
Good.
I mean, whoever wrote that review, if you describe watching Flow as having a spiritual experience, you can go fuck yourself. And I mean it.
You should touch grass.
For real, it was real cute. The cat jumps in the water to catch fish like 7 times.
Ooh, that's groundbreaking.
I don't get it, man.
This next one, I am pissed. I have to go for it, and the person who I want to win has no chance, I think. Actress in a supporting role. Monica Barbaro, A Complete Unknown. She was so good as, can't remember, Jane. She was good. Ariana Grande, Wicked. Fantastic performance. Great singer. Felicity Jones, The Brutalist. This is who I want to win. She made that movie for me in the second half. She was incredible. She did better than Adrian Brody in the second half, I think. Isabella Rossellini, we've already talked about this a lot. Conclave, cool. Okay. And 80% of Amelia Perez, Zoe Saldana, in actress supporting.
The most supporting actress.
Oh, boy. Supporting's doing a lot of lifting in that one. So I'm going to go with Zoe Saldana. And God, I hope I'm wrong. But if I'm wrong, I hope it's Felicity Jones. But yeah, Zoe Saldana is my guess here.
So I'm going with Zoe Saldana. I would love an Ariana Grande win.
Yes.
I just think that'd be sick.
Yep.
I think that Zoe Saldana is going to be their way. I know we haven't, and I don't think we are going to talk about the Amelia Perez controversy, right?
No, I think we did a little bit when it first started, but yeah, we're not going to get into it.
Yeah, right. So, but right, if you're at all following movies, you're aware that it had some controversy since then. I think Zoe Saldana, not only did she do an amazing job, not only is it unfair that she's a lead actress competing for a supporting role Oscar, so she has that advantage, but I think this is also their chance to acknowledge that movie while being very safe about the controversy by recognizing someone that is not at all involved in any of the controversy.
100%. If Zoe Saldana was up for Best Actress, I would consider giving it to her.
Yeah.
Like, she was that good in this. Yeah. Nate?
I picked Felicity Jones in The Brutalist.
God, that's awesome. I love that. She was so good.
Yeah.
Just the last scene where she talks at the table would all you need to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like Zoe Saldana better in most movies I've seen her in.
Yeah. Star Trek. Yeah, she's not an alien, so I don't really know how to connect with her.
Avatar.
I think she acted better in Avatar.
Yeah. James Cameron will do
I
that
think
too.
she had more to do. Hissing as a cat.
Oh, she should have been in Flow. Actress in a leading role. This one I think is really deep and is a tough tell.
I think this is the hardest one out of any of them.
Yep.
I'll you know what? I'll talk about it. Oh no, go over the things first.
We have Cynthia Erivo, Wicked. Carla Sofia Gascon, Amelia Perez. Mikey Madsen, Honora. Demi Moore, The Substance. Fernanda Torres, I'm Still Here.
Before seeing I'm Still Here, I would have said this is a really tough. This could go any of three ways.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that Fernanda Torres deserves this.
Cool.
I think she did an amazing job. I think it'd be sick if she won.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put my vote for her.
Wow.
I want her to win.
Wow. Okay.
I am going to play the game, and I'm going to go with Demi Moore.
Yeah. Good pick. That's my pick.
I would also be super pumped if Mikey Madison won.
Same. I think if Arriva won, I'd feel good. If everybody but Carla, if they win.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Yeah.
I think I'd put Cynthia Erivo in a slightly below the trio of Mikey, Demi, and Fernanda.
Yeah. But that singing, oof.
Yeah.
It's really impressive. But the acting was good, but that didn't stand out. It was I think the singing overpowers the acting, which might muddy it for some people. Mikey Madison was so good in Honora. Demi Moore was unbelievable. And from what you said about Fernanda Torres, yeah, totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm going with and hope that Demi Moore wins because I really, really liked her in The Substance. She made that movie for me. I'm pissed Margaret Qualley didn't get actress in a supporting role also. She could have very easily been that.
Yeah.
But I'm going with
confusing though, because I feel like she's just as big of a part of the movie.
That's fair. It's totally fair.
Yeah.
Nate, who are you going with?
I picked Demi Moore, and I do think she deserves it, though my vote would be for Mickey.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
The a Demi Moore win here would also really put a capstone on the message of The Substance.
Yes. Yes, it would. Yeah. All right, me and Jake both have our multiplier left with only two categories to go. I think we're both
using it in the same spot.
I sure do. Actor in a supporting role. We have Yura Borisov from Honora. Why would I put Anita?
Yeah, I'm good. Did you set that up?
Honora.
You silly boy.
Yura Borisov. Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain. Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce, The Brutalist. And Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. I saw this movie. I love this actor. I think they're incredible. I think Kieran Culkin's going to win, and I'm putting my multiplier on it. But I would much rather see Yura Borislav won for Honora. I thought his role was so well played and understated that it's kind of like the exact opposite of Kieran Culkin's. Like Kieran's like Kieran Culkin. But it was, he was great. I just really liked Honora's acting. Jake, are you doing the same thing?
I am. I haven't seen this movie.
Yeah.
But he's just doing really great at awards wise.
Yeah.
So I think it's a numbers game. I think for me, and I don't see Guy Pearce taking this.
No.
I would love an Edward Norton win. I think he was
Mhm.
a very, for me, surprising positive.
Yeah,
I didn't even once the movie started. I'm like, I don't know. He really grows. He really grows on you in that movie. I think.
agreed. Agreed. He does a really good
So
job in that.
I'd love an Edward Norton upset. Um, I'd love more Nora accolades, but I think Kieran Culkin and my triple down here is the move.
To me, this is the most mail it in like category.
Wow. I really wish I'd have watched this movie ahead of time. I picked Kieran Culkin too.
Okay.
Like I'm also confident.
Yeah.
Based on the trailer alone.
Yeah.
But now I don't want. I guess it's at least limiting the damage.
Yeah. Right.
By also picking it, but
Right. All right.
I think out of this list, Kieran Culkin has won every award.
I'm pretty sure he has. Yeah.
It looks like an award-winning movie.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yeah.
His performance especially stands out.
And he's a lead actor competing against supporting actors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has that too.
He is.
That
He
helps.
definitely is. All right. Last category: actor in a leading role. We have Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, who recently won at the Screen Actors Guild, Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing, Ray Fiennes in Conclave, won a BAFTA, Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. So here's the thought on this, right? Adrian Brody's kind of the favorite. Timothy Chalamet, though, coming up quick. Big push behind him right now. Coleman Domingo, I think, underappreciated. I heard Sing Sing was great. I want to watch it soon. It looks great. Ray Fiennes, unbelievable. I think he could easily win. He's my pick for who I want to win, is Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes also, he kind of has that body of work where he deserves it.
Yes.
He has that going for him. That's a very real part of what goes into people's votes,
I did see some people say they aren't going to vote for him, though, because they thought he won for Schindler's List, but he didn't. Whereas Adrian Brody won for The Pianist, and they're voting for him because they don't think he has one. So, I mean, people are stupid. And then Sebastian Stan as Donald Trump in The Apprentice, do they just give, like, Trump kind of a middle finger? Yeah, that could be too.
I do want to see that.
I do, too. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going with Adrian Brody. I think he deserves it. I think he's great, but I would rather see Ray Fiennes wins. I think he's my favorite.
I'm going for Adrian Brody. He was just too good. I think if you just compare how good each person was, he was just the best. So on a purely technical thing, I'm going for him.
Yeah.
I love Ray Fiennes. I love him. I loved him in that movie. My heart wants Timothy Chalamet to win.
Yeah.
It was. I don't want to call it simple because I'm not trying to diminish the acting, but he didn't have to do a wide range, right? He had to do a young Bob Dylan, and man, he just nailed it perfect.
Yes.
Also, if I love Timothy Chalamet, right?
Yeah.
If he wins, he is the youngest winner ever.
Wow.
Of actor in a leading role, breaking the record previously set by
someone who's also nominated, probably.
Someone who's on this list.
Brody?
Yep.
Oh.
Brody is currently the youngest ever winner for
Pianist.
So he's got to defend his throne too.
Damn.
Yeah.
Stay back, youngin. I got this.
And let's face it, if Timothy Chalamet doesn't win this Oscar, someday Timothy Chalamet is going to win a Best Oscar.
That's, I think, why a lot of people won't vote for him.
He deserves to win an Oscar, but like I don't care enough about this movie.
Yeah, it's kind of hurt by. But you're right, Jake. I mean, he's saying everything. If I said Taron Egerton should have won for Rocket Man, I should probably also. Well, no, because it was a much more wide performance. But the fact that he's saying this is unbelievable. Nate?
Oh yeah, also Adrian Brody.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, so the places where we differ. Nate already did this. Thank you. Actress in a supporting role. Nate can get a point there. Animated feature film. I can get a point there. Directing. Jake can get a point there.
I didn't highlight the ones where we're all different. I highlighted the ones where one person disagreed.
Yeah, I like that.
There's a couple that are
animated short film is dart throw for us, and Jake feels a little more confident, I hope. Makeup and hairstyling, I can take a point with Wicked. Music, original score, Nate can take a point with Wicked. Best picture, Jake can take a point with The Brutalist. I feel really bad about that now that I'm looking at this. Like, that's rough.
There's so many of my Brutalist Denora ones. I'm not even gonna overthink it, because if I picked Denora, I'd be thinking about the Brutalist, and if I pick the Brutalist, I'm gonna be thinking about Denora.
Totally. Live action short, Jake has a chance to make up a point. Sound, I have Wicked, point there. Visual effects, I have a point, and Nate has a triple. And me and Jake both have a triple on Kieran Culkin. So, the Oscars.
Let's go.
Sunday, March 2nd. We're going to tally up the votes as they happen. We will crown a loser where they have to watch one of their worst movies. I am Hereditary, Jake is Napoleon Dynamite, and Nate is Passion of the Christ. This should be fun.
Very, very fun.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it.
Thanks again for listening to our episode today. I'd like to thank Nate and Jake for joining me as always. Appreciate you guys. If you're new here, you can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcasts. If you do this on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review. If you're watching us, hey, be sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@RumCinema, or give us a follow on Spotify, where we're now on video also. We're going to leave you, as we always do, with what to watch next. On Peacock, fittingly, Nosferatu is out. I really enjoyed it. It's very artsy. There's a lot of lingering shots. There's creepiness all over the place. It is unsettling. It is very sexual. And I had a good time watching it. So I would recommend Nosferatu to people who are into Robert Eggers movies or like creepy, eerie, sensual.
I would say I wasn't like super excited about this movie, but I've long ascribed to the like movie monster theory that like vampires are very sexual. So
Yeah.
You're making me more interested in this movie.
I mean, Robert Eggers did The Witch, he did The Lighthouse, and he did The Northman. So he has this like dark, eerie, and my God, Alexander Skarsgård as Nosferatu. Fuck, he's good. He's really good at creepy guys. Like It. He is so good as Pennywise in this movie. The way he talks and breathes. Oh, great. It's great. Nate, do you have one for us?
Yeah.
Is it a book?
Marvel is back, baby.
Holy fuck. What just happened? Captain America?
Friendly Neighborhood.
Oh.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
New show. It's so fucking good.
Nice.
I watched, I think, all of it yesterday.
Nice. That's awesome.
It was so good.
I've seen the first episode and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it I'll say I wasn't sold like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and it keeps getting better because like it's definitely like a bit of a slow burn at the very, very beginning that very quickly escalates into like a really interconnected and cool and like new telling of the thing. It's like it's a little bit of it's like an alternate universe to the MCU, I would say, where things happen a little differently, and it's super cool.
Nice. That's dope. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus right now.
I enjoyed it start to finish though. Like it's so good, and I can't wait for the next season.
Heck yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Jake?
What's that on?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
The home of Marvel.
I said the worst part about it is that it says a Disney Plus original up on the title screen. That makes me mad, but it was still good.
Good.
For me, I will say they just finished the, you know how they do it now, the part 3 of the final season of Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Parents are big fans of that.
Taylor has quit on me on Cobra Kai.
Oh.
But I just forgot about it because they cut off the season. Yeah, when he fights the snake in the cave, she was like, I think that episode, she was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not watching this anymore.
It doesn't get less cheesy.
I was like, you gotta embrace it.
Yeah. It ends as it begins. And I loved it though. It was fun. You know, it doesn't take itself seriously. They crack a lot of meta jokes about like, I didn't realize that white kids in the valley loved karate so much. So they have a lot of fun with it, and it is just a really fun watch, and it was fun to see them and get the continuation of the story, right?
Yeah.
I love the Karate Kid movies from however long ago, that ancient history, and they're doing a new Karate Kid movie.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this?
Jackie Chan.
No.
With Jackie Chan and Daniel LaRusso.
Who's that?
The Karate Kid.
Oh, the OG Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I honestly couldn't tell if you were joking or not.
What, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I thought that was a bit.
I've never seen Karate Kid, and my parents love Cobra Kai.
that's
I've never
crazy.
seen it. Yeah.
So it's gonna have Jackie Chan,
Karate Kid
and-
legends.
Hell yeah.
and Daniel LaRusso teaming up to be like co-senseis and teach this kid.
Jackie Chan
karate.
looks so old.
Yeah, but he's still
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah. Also, if anyone has seen The Forbidden Kingdom, go watch The Forbidden Kingdom.
What's that?
One of my favorite kung fu movies. Jackie Chan and Jet Li.
Oh,
Damn.
damn.
And Karate Kid appropriate, a white kid.
Yep.
But there's like 2 or 3 fight scenes between Jackie Chan and Jet Li.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's so
go.
good.
Let's go. That's tight. Great recommendations. Great episode. Great guests. Great fans. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you. Enjoy your rum. Enjoy your cinema. We'll see you next time.